Hi guys, it's been absolutely ages since I last made a video, or at least it feels like it anyway. Hope you've all been well and you haven't missed me too much. I wanted to come to you today and make this video, but I'll let you know a little secret. I actually made one yesterday, but it didn't quite go as I'd hoped. So hopefully I'll get it right today. It does really help, I guess, if you plan these things, and I tend not to. I try and wing it, and yesterday, let's just say I didn't quite fly. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today is how to tame and control your beard. So since you last saw me, my beard's grown in a little bit more actually. So I'm at 8 months now. I'll just step in a bit closer so we can see the old beard has come in rather well. Moustache is playing fairly well today. But anyway, so we're going to look at taming the beard. Now, my beard is actually quite thick and quite curly, and a lot of people have asked me if I actually trim the sides in here, because there's a lot of volume if we look in from the side around here, and it looks relatively flat here. But absolutely not. I've not trimmed a single hair. I'm doing the year, so that is a year with no trimming. I'm not touching a single hair on my face. Apart from my eyebrows, but they don't count. Right, so just to give you an idea, the beard has been tamed down today, this morning, but had I not, I'll just sort of fluff it out a little bit, you get an idea of what's going on in here. Like I say, there's quite a bit of hair. So, how I go about taming my beard. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I use a hairdryer on my moustache. I've been doing that for 2 years, and it's been fantastic for me. Results are that I don't really need to use wax anymore. Just use the hairdryer. It's in my first ever video that I put together, so if you want to check that out, please do. So because I was doing that with my moustache, I decided that as the beard was growing in, I would attempt to tame and control the beard using a hairdryer. I see a lot of guys using a towel to dry their beard, and doing it properly as well, so using the towel and gently drying downwards. The issue I find with that is, particularly as my beard has got bigger and thicker, I can't dry the skin underneath, particularly under here. And so what I was getting was quite soreness and irritation from the water just sitting there. In order to try and get that dry with a towel, you tend to have to go in and agitate a little bit, and then after a while we end up with these kind of hairs puffing out, and we've got an uncontrollable wiry look to our beard. So what we're going to look at is how we can use the hairdryer effectively, safely, without doing any damage to the hairs, to tame and control what would be a wild beard. How I'm going to do that now is I'm going to go upstairs and sort of give my beard a good wash and get it wet, because that's the key. As in with the moustache video, we want the hairs to be wet so we can set them with the hairdryer, the low heat. So I'm going to nip upstairs and sort that out, get it wet. While I'm doing that, I think I'll also talk to you about the brushes and combs that I use. So by some magical manoeuvres, I shall be upstairs, but I shall leave my hands and my voice downstairs to talk to you while I'm in the shower. So, like I say, I'll be back in a minute. So I'll just hand myself over to myself to talk to you about combs and brushes and the tools of the trade. Back in a minute. Cheers. Right then, I'd like to say thank you to me for that excellent intro there. So while I'm busy in the shower, I will just run through the stuff that I use to get my beard in order. So yes, the hairdryer is key to setting the hairs in place, but we need to use the right kind of tools to aid that. What I will say, and I think it's pretty important, you don't need a specific beard comb or beard brush, but what you do need is a good quality handmade one or hand finished. You don't want a cheap plastic pressed moulded, those really cheap pound combs. They have little jagged burrs and barbs on the actual teeth of the comb from the pressing process, and what that means is that rips and shreds your hair, sorry, excuse me. Right, so combs. I initially started off with this comb here. Now this is, just bring that up to the camera, hopefully that'll focus in. This is a Johnny Smith handmade horn comb. It's hand cut, each one is completely unique. Beautiful piece of art, I feel, really is lovely. Nice little bit of colouring on the back there. This suited me really well when my beard was very, very short, and works very well for me now with my moustache. But as my beard got bigger, I tend to find that this doesn't really cut it for me, and I'm much better suited to a wider toothed comb. But if you want to check that out, it's Johnny Smith, Beard Comb Smithy on Instagram. I believe Twitter as well, but search Johnny Smith Beard Combs and you'll find him. Definitely check him out. So when that started to become a bit of an issue for me, I went on to this comb here. Now I actually got this comb from the Dapper Duke, and a really good comb, as is this one, both from the Dapper Duke actually. Great quality combs. They kind of glide through the hair really effectively. This one's particularly good because you can start off with your wide tooth comb to kind of free up the hair, and then as you've done that, once you want to work in a bit deeper, you can use the fine tooth to work the beard a little bit more. But again, even though this is a well-made comb and works effectively, with my beard I was finding it was beginning to snag a little. So I went on to this more of a pick style comb. This is really good. It fits in your pocket. Just be careful because it's wood, you don't want it digging in your leg, so back pocket's probably better. Again, really nice comb. The edges here, they're not sharp. That's really important when you're combing your beard. You don't want sharp teeth scratching at your face. So again, this is fantastic. That works well as a sort of daily carry. But then the other two brushes here, I'll go with the boar's hair brush first actually. The boar's hair brush is kind of what everyone suggests you should have, and really I didn't understand how they could work, because there's no way that this brush can get into the deeper areas of my beard and do anything effective. However, what it is good for is flattening down the surface a little bit once you've worked through with the other combs, so it can kind of tidy things up a little, and it's also quite nice if you've got some beard oil. It can help spread that through, but that's really more of a sort of a finessing finishing touch rather than a good solid beard brush, if you like. But we'll go on to, I'll save the best till last, is this here, this actual wet brush, a type of paddle brush. It's got really fine, I'm just trying to bring that to the camera, really fine, very flexible and nicely rounded, soft and gentle bristles. Absolutely amazing. The wet brush basically can be used on wet hair, so it's ideal for me when I get out of the shower, which I should be out of the shower in a minute, so we can crack on with the actual hairdryer part. But this is really, really good. My daughter uses it, my wife uses it. Actually, I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but there's actually quite a bit of glitter in this, and this is not me hamming it up at the weekends. My daughter actually put loads of glitter in her hair, so rather than it looking like I've attacked a pixie, it was actually my daughter using this brush. Honest. So yeah, the wet brush, brilliant. It glides straight through, very flexible. Again, you don't have to buy this. You can get yourself, a non-branded one, and I'm sure it'll be just as effective. And the last one I have is actually in my pocket, which is this one here. This is a Denman. I think it's called a D7. I may be wrong, but if you search Denman pocket brush or handbag brush, this is what you'll get. So a nice little compact case, opens up, which has got a mirror on there, so you can actually check what's going on with your beard, whether it needs a tidy up. Ideal as well as if you've been eating and you want to make sure you've got no crumbs in your beard. Really good that you can have a quick check with a comb, and then the bristles pop out. So a really good little pop out brush. Same kind of thing as a paddle brush, flexible, well made, not sharp. Give it a good brush through, and you can just pop it and close it. So yeah, really effective. The mirror really helps, or if you're in America and you don't like to use the R and the O in the word, the mirror. Yeah, really great piece of kit, and I think it comes in other colours as well. And I'm sure there's alternatives out there. You don't have to buy the Denman one, but that's just the one I've got. So there we go, they're the brushes that I tend to use. So for me it's mainly this one and the boar's hair to a little tidy up. And then this is my daily pocket carry. Sorry, put that into the frame, silly man. Right, now I think I can hear myself getting out of the shower. Would you believe it? How amazing. Right, so whilst I'm coming down the stairs, I'll just tidy these brushes away ready for myself, and we'll carry on with the rest of the video. Alright, so here we are, back again. With any luck, I did a fantastic job of telling you about the combs and brushes, so I'll find out in the edit, I guess. So anyway, as we can see, I'm all wet. I got me a bit wet. Okay, so what we're going to do is try and sort this out. So you can see it's all beginning to curl up a little bit under here and here, hopefully. And yeah, the moustache has fallen apart. This is generally what happens out of the shower. Now what I'm going to do is, just to save you the boredom, is I'm just going to tackle one side of my beard and moustache. Leave the other to dry naturally almost, so you get an idea of what the difference is in the two techniques. So usual with the moustache, I'm going to start with that first because that's the bit that for me needs more work. So just going to comb, just get this out of the way because it's going to bug me. Comb the centre out. And now one thing I found actually when starting out with a beard, where does the moustache end and the beard start? Which hairs are supposed to become part of the moustache? When you've got an actual handlebar, if you're entering competitions, there's certain measurements, certain rulings, but it doesn't really matter on a day-to-day. So what we're going to do is use the comb upside down, sweep along the lip and cut in, just in line with the outside of the corner of the mouth, and then curl it upwards. So what we get is these hairs being pulled up to form part of the moustache. And the ones we don't want, we're just going to tuck out the way. So that's the first thing we do. I'm going to grab a hairdryer. So remember, low heat. Just remember, this little technique I've developed, when you've got a larger beard, you really don't want, well, I don't think it looks right with really tight curls on the moustache. You need a bit more width. So to try and straighten the hairs out, I see a lot of guys using hair straighteners. I don't really like that idea. The intense heat can damage the hair. So by using the heat from trusty hairdryer, the low heat, you use your fingers to be like the flat iron part of the hairdryer, of the curling irons or the flat irons. So we get the hairs in, and then kind of pinch it between these two fingers, and this first bit just lift up ever so slightly. And then what you're going to do is use the fingers to slowly ease the hairs outwards, okay? So we're just kind of trapping them between the fingers and slowly drying that out. Right, so that's pretty much the moustache taken care of. I'd normally spend a bit more time doing that, but I think we'll press on and sort the beard out. So using the wet brush, we're just going to come in behind, sorry, just put the hairdryer down, in behind here, just stroking down, pull the hairs down, all the way down, just tip your toes so you can see the bottom of the beard. Get in behind the moustache. I find this area can be a bit of a pain. Okay, so moustache is done, hair's down. The other problem area for me are these hairs here, and I find they curl up into my mouth. So what we do is you use the Will you believe it, the battery just ran out on the camera. So what I was just trying to tell you was, we're going to try and tidy these hairs up here. Now actually they've begun to dry out a little bit, so I'm going to take some water off the beard and just wet that down again. That's actually something you can do with the moustache. If you feel it's not going where you need it to go, in doing this you can take some water out, reapply the water, dry and reset. So I was saying, comb that down with your moustache comb, your beard comb, then use the hairdryer to set it down. Okay, so what we've done, we've brushed the beard down in the direction we want it. So now we're going to use the hairdryer to set those hairs flat in against the face. Again, blooming dried out because of cameras. Battery run out. Right, here we go. Right, so there we go. I think you can pretty much see the difference in that. So obviously the moustache is sorted. For those guys that haven't tried to style your moustache with your hairdryer, I think that pretty much gives you some reason to at least try it. No, I know it's not perfect, but it's way better than this side. Now if I just stand back a little bit, you can see the difference. This side here, nicely groomed, nicely tightened against my face with a tiny bit of product on there. That's it, we're done. I like to brush the neck beard forward slightly, comb that under, and that just gives a little bit of body and volume to the base here. But as you can see, this side here, if I was to leave this to dry now, it would be all wiry. Can still brush it out, but it's going to end up being quite fluffy and quite frizzy as that dries. And even with towel drying, we're still going to end up with some kind of volume going on. So I really need to sort the other side out, otherwise I'm going to go to bed lopsided. But hopefully that helps you guys. You know, the hairdryer really is good for you as long as you keep it on low heat. Take your time, work in stages, don't expose the same spot to constant heat, just move the hairdryer around. You may have noticed under here I was kind of jiggling my fingers in. That's purely because the hairdryer can't get to my skin because the hairs are so mighty that I need something, you know, to open the skin up a little bit, and that just makes sure my skin's nice and dry underneath. So yeah, next time we're going to look at how to apply oils and balms. I've got a different take on that to most guys. Hopefully it'll make sense to you all. But that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it of some use. I'd like to thank myself for my excellent voice and hand skills with the beard brush and comb descriptions. And yeah, until next time, remember what we say here at Hirsute for Happiness: a hairy face is a happy face, so go out there and have fun with your face. Oh, and hit me up, visit the website for a start, hirsuteforhappiness.com, and I'm on Instagram. You can get from the website onto all the social sites that I'm on. And those of you who are unaware, I am working on my own brand and my own products coming out, and it's quite imminent. So if you want to check out the website and find out a bit more, please do. Anyway, so till next time, my friends, catch you later, and enjoy your beards, your moustaches. Go out there and be awesome. Cheers.